What up, peeps? Welcome to the Kisscapades podcast. I'm your host, John Telewa, aka the Kissbandit. And in this show, we explore the key elements that shape our fulfilling existence, from health and well-being to financial success, meaningful relationships, and the pursuit of happiness. We cover it all. Our guests include experts, professionals, and everyday individuals who have remarkable stories to tell. Tune in to learn practical tips, gain valuable insights, and discover strategies for personal growth and transformation. Whether you're seeking to improve your health, build your wealth, enhance relationships, or find lasting happiness, we got you covered. Welcome to today's episode. So another amazing episode with a very, very special guest. So welcome to the show. First of all, I know we set this up randomly, but at least you came through.
I did.
And you're actually open to having the conversation.
Yeah, I was like, why not?
First of all, how did you bump into my podcast, if I may ask?
The first episode I bumped to was The Only Kananga.
Okay.
Is it Kananga or Kanaga?
Kanaga, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I heard her story and I was like, who's this guy? And I went and checked other episodes. I saw your recent one with Almaraz.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how I started following you, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Kanaga, Almaraz, shout outs to you guys. You see?
Yeah.
And even for them, I think both of them, when I was telling them about the podcast, they were like kind of 50-50. But like when the podcast episodes were out, I kept on telling them, like, you guys don't understand how, like, once somebody starts knowing you, like, in person and your story, they connect with you differently.
Yeah, for sure.
And even with them, like, after getting responses and everything, they were all like, okay, now this makes more sense. And now they want to do part 2s and 3s, which will set up. But before we start off, just tell the people your name and what you do, and then, we can roll on with the conversation.
Cool. So my name is Stella, but on the socials, you might know me as On The Spot. I'm just Stella. I create videos and images for fun. Yeah, that's basically
So it's
Stella.
just for fun. Because I've seen, like, even on your profile, I couldn't put pieces together of exactly what you do.
I do.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to ask. I'll just ask, like, on the podcast so that we can, get, like, to a background story and, like, of course, even, like, the main agenda of, like, some of the things that you wanted us to discuss.
Okay.
Which were Christianity 1, right?
Yeah.
And number 2, Sexuality.
Yeah.
So I think those, and those are also things, like, right now you'll notice, like, even in a current generation, is, because for me, I'm from a slightly different generation. I think I'm a millennial.
Yeah, you are.
I am. What do you mean I am?
No, like I can tell.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I can tell.
So even for me, like, we went through, like, a whole different process during our time. Things were a little bit more conservative, probably. Social media wasn't out there as it is right now. And I think also, like, just life pressure in general, it's not the way it is right now. So the reason why I normally call people to just have these conversations, like, so that I just understand what people are going through, how they think, and even why they think the way they think, instead of being like, what? Because, even like Kanaga's episode, like, most people were like, what?
Yeah,
but
like, it was really unique.
Interesting,
right?
right?
It was quite interesting, man.
But when I posted up the teaser, most people didn't know what to expect. They're just like, come on, what? But so now when she starts speaking and everything, you're like, oh, okay, actually, this is just like a normal, regular person.
Yeah.
Well, level-headed, can have a conversation, respond to questions properly. So I think it's just a special generation that we also need to understand.
Yeah.
Instead of judging.
Yeah, for sure.
So now, do we hop on to, like, just Christianity right away, or do we get a little bit of a background story?
I don't don't know, man.
It's up to you though. So you tell me like, yo, if we can go to a backstory, maybe we can. If you're not comfortable with it, we can save it for another time.
I mean,
Are you good for it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so just tell me a bit about like maybe your upbringing, like, siblings, if you grew up with like family, single parenthood, just the usual shebang that gives us a little bit of...
Yeah, so, I grew up in Thika with my mom and dad. They're still there. I have 2 big sisters. I'm the last one of 3.
Oh, yeah, the last one.
Yeah. So, basically that's me. What else?
School, maybe?
Yeah, I was... I went to Christian schools as far as I can remember.
A strict Christian school?
I can't
or just
really
a Christian school?
I can't really say it was strict, but they like taught you the Christian values and stuff like that.
Which you're following?
No, not currently. Because of things maybe we'll talk about.
Yeah. Because I think that's why I'm talking about like just background story. Yeah. Just we paint a picture on the background, a bit more context. Because, I think also like there's a time I brought somebody, and sorry to cut you off, we'll still go back to that. I brought somebody off. And always in my head, I'm always thinking like, maybe if somebody's from a single parenthood, that's how they always like maybe turn out like differently because of this, a rebel or something, or maybe usual daddy issues, all those things.
Yeah.
And then at times you just find like, okay, this is a different character. They have like, of course, everything is that's just like their personality that grew into that. So what kind of, did you go to a mixed school, girls' school?
I went to mixed school.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, but I remember I was like very tomboyish.
You have 2 big sisters, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But our age gap is a bit kubwa.
Okay.
And then high school, I went to an all-girls. It was also like a Christian-based kind of private school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, sorry.
And then after high school, my first campo that I went to was also Christian-like. After the one I'm in right now, it's
Christian.
Yeah. So, that's basically me. And
a nice background, right?
I was nikiwa mtoi nakumbuka nilikuwa tu. I was not really extroverted like that. Nilikuwa nakaa indoors sana.
You're not playing with other kids for any reason?
It was very minimal. Very minimal.
Now? Yeah, sorry, just finish.
Because like sometimes, I never used to go out sana. My parents never liked that a lot. So I was indoors. Nakana toka narudi mapema kiasi. That kind of...
That's parents just protecting you, Ama.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now, like, where does the tomboyish like character come from? Because like I think also maybe for most girls, it at times like maybe from like what I've heard, it's like when you have like a lot of big brothers, and then maybe you're the only girl. So like even maybe clothes that they wear, you kind of tend to start borrowing like your brother's clothes, and then you pick like your mannerisms and stuff.
Wow.
Or even maybe if you have like a big brother, or maybe an uncle or cousin that you're living with, and they're the ones who like maybe influence you to be more of like on the tomboy side, or just what made you enjoy that?
I don't know, man. Like it just came about
from nowhere.
I really don't know, because I have my dad with me, I have my mom with me, I have sisters, but my sisters, I think when I grew up, I took what closeness as much. Because your age gap, like gap yetu ni kubwa sana.
Like they were kind of like out of the house and doing their thing when you're still a baby.
Yeah, so we never really talked much. So I just grew up with my own perceptions and my own kind of worldviews. I never really used to share them out with them or anything. So,
but where did you pick them from? Like TV, radio?
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of
friends
TV. Because nilikuwa tunapenda style ya maboy. Like, I don't know. It just used to work for me.
the clothes.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I used to wear jeans. I don't remember any time I asked my Mom, I want a dress.
No?
No, not really.
Okay, and she didn't ask like, no, you're supposed to wear a dress. You know how moms at times
Yeah,
can be in Nini.
she still kind of does that.
Even now, she's like, yo, please wear a dress.
You're a girl, man.
Oh, shit, okay.
You know, but she did it from like a kind point of view. It wasn't Tatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the TV and just observing people and boys, sana. Yeah, it just
That's
gave
what
me
you
that.
gravitated towards more.
For sure, yeah. And then when I got to high school, I played sports like bake. So, you know, it was...
Yeah.
Kind of gave me that feeling, Pierre. So, yeah.
Okay. And then now, did you... Because a lot of the places that you've mentioned, like even from like school... And even now, like in campus, you still mention like bits of like Christianity as a base. So are you the kind of person who used to go to church every Sunday?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
What?
If I miss ilikuwa tu weird.
Like even you just don't feel right.
Unasikia tu we. I have to purpose next Sunday. Lazima nitaenda, you know? Yeah. So I did that a lot. And then I feel like kukwa na this environment like Christianity pia, you know a lot of your issues. You just know when I'm in church they're gonna be fixed or something, you know. So I never really paid attention to who I really am and stuff like that. I kind of hid it in church. Yeah.
Wait, which is what now?
Like just me being me.
Okay, and in fact, let's touch now on like, because at least now we've found like our way into like the Christianity subject, right?
Yep.
So what we talk, we were supposed to talk about like just Christianity in general.
Yep.
So is there anything specific that you wanted us to digest? And because me, I'm always down for this conversation.
Yeah.
So like any specific issue, like the current state, or maybe is it the pastors that that are currently out here? Because even now it gets to a point now I'm looking at pastors, I'm like, hey, bro, like I don't know whether I'm supposed to. I'd rather just pray in the house rather than go to the, because I don't understand how like a congregation can even stand this person saying this to them, like someone is grabbing boobies like in top of the altar. So such things I see them, and I'm like,
church is becoming a circus right now.
Yeah. So that's something I don't understand. That's why I don't go to church. I can't say like I'm religious, but I'm spiritual. I believe like
What do you
in
mean?
a higher... No, let me explain. I believe I used to go to church like a lot, but circumstances like moving from this place where I was living to a different place, all those things, now you become a little bit more detached from the routine that you're used to. If you're a kid, you already love going to the church that you used to go to. Already used to a different pastor. If you move places, a whole different pastor, a different church, different ideologies. You go to boarding school, a whole different character, different story. So, and then you start seeing things that are on TV, radio. These people who are turning cripples into nini. So I mean, so all those things made me now start wondering, like,
start questioning.
I'd rather just pray, because I can get a little bit of guidance from the Bible, but I don't think I'm supposed to interpret the way these guys are interpreting. Because if they're the ones who are leading people in the church, I don't want to be any part of it. I don't want to be any part of it.
So what exactly was the question?
No, like now when we're digging into Christianity, because now we're digging into Christianity before we go to sexuality, right?
Right.
So just your thoughts maybe on just your current or even just the current climate on how you see Christians moving, and just your thoughts. Are you welcomed in the Christian community with open arms? Do you feel like, they frown upon you? They look you with a side eye, even though you're there. Bombastic side eye.
I mean,
where's your head at?
So when I was so my first church ilikuanga this, what can I call them? The Pentecostal kind of. This zinaitwaje of it.
Like the SDA.
No, hey, Miss
SDA.
SDA.
SDA was strict. SDA was strict.
That was hiyo ilikuwa too much. I can't
SDA
find
was
myself
too much,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, but nilikuwa PCA. I don't know, hizo denominations too.
Yeah.
And then sasa in PCA things zinaendanga na mutaratara, you understand? Like things ziko even yeah, they don't change, yani, you know.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't really like ilifika to point I'm like it was too judgy, like wanawake wa your church, yani people like Women's Guild and stuff like that. I don't know if you've ever heard of. But they were, you know, this judgy kind of group of people.
People in church always judge. Let's start with that. Let's just start with that.
Yeah, but so I hammered, and then I started going to independent churches.
Okay.
So I hammered, I went to another one, and then another one. So all this time I was just trying to have a relationship with God, so to speak. But then it wasn't from... Knowing God wasn't from what I understand. It was from what I was being told who God is.
Yeah.
You understand? So I was always just in pursuit of this kind of lifestyle. You know, you're holy, you know, you're not...
Were you born again?
Yeah, I can say I was born again, but I was a Christian. Yes, born again, but, you know, I had these other issues, like... Sometimes I could drink. Sometimes I could have, you know, like questionable kind of...
I see gospel artists drinking all the time. I mean,
oh, really? I hear that a lot, by the way.
You don't see it like on mainstream, any? Oh,
I can't tell, man. Me?
They're drinking like skunks. I don't even understand. That's what I'm saying. The church becomes to a place where it's confusing because...
It's very confusing, you know? And... Sorry.
No, you go on.
So I had this...
I have questions for days, so I can always just keep interrupting you. So when I know you're on a flow, you just go on and then I'll just jump with the question.
Yeah, so like I had this kind of double lifestyle, you understand? Because sometimes I would be in church and be very good girl, you understand? Like I didn't have a dress. Because I used to wear a maxi dress, you guys.
Which one's a maxi dress?
See the refu ones and...
Oh, like long to the ankles.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I loved being in church.
Do you have any of those pictures on Instagram? Those are not to be seen ever.
Post. People would be like, hey, Oni nani is this Stella kweli? It's only close friends and families kind of outfits. But so when I had this kind of double lifestyle, and it was exhausting. It was exhausting. I never liked it
because you have to switch.
Yes, all the time, and it kind of damages your identity. You kind of get this identity crisis, and you just flow with anything because you don't really know yourself. You understand? So being in church was just... It was a mixture of truth and deception for me, man. Because, yes, I would meet people, kama mimi, you know, but for me, I wasn't really comfortable, you know. Like, it was either this or that.
Yeah.
And at some point, I was like, you know what? I am tired of this. Let me just live my life. And I kind of broke out from the society kind of values and what they teach you. And I started now thinking for myself, so to speak. Yeah, but being in church was, it was crazy because if I come to you, I tell you, mi sasa nilianguka kwa imani, nilienda nikakunywa shots mbili. They just, everything is just prayer and fasting. Like,
you saw immediately.
Like fixing things is prayer and fasting. You know, you never really talk about things.
Yeah. And if you don't talk, actually, you're not fixing anything.
Exactly.
That's the thing about church now. I don't get.
And you're being judged, man, like a lot, you know. So when I was going to the second church I went to after Nitoke PCA, I would sometimes go with, you know, clothes that would show my tats. And me, I was comfortable with it because, I mean, Ziko Santa do, you know? And I'm here, I want to know God. That was kind of genuine, I tend to think.
Yeah.
But you would find people just see you as this, I don't know, outcast kind of. They just
Even though you are always coming to church.
Even though you're always committing, they just kind of judge you in some way. The way they speak to you, the way they ask you questions, the way they treat you, you would just tell. You know they're judging you. And
like how? What's an example of what made you feel like, yeah, big? Because maybe at times it's just in your head. You don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because maybe, you know.
I mean...
Because if you're the only one in a tattoo, say with tattoos, and you enter a room, you know, most of us will just look at, like, okay,
it would be something.
Because me, I don't have tattoos, so I'll probably just fascination.
I don't know. You would just...
Not unless somebody says something mean to you first.
I mean, it wasn't mean, but, you know, they just check in on you, like, you have to have a problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you have this kind of... you know, things on your body, you have to be
there's something wrong with you.
There's something wrong, yani. So you find wanakuita kando, hey, how are things going? How's everything? Nini. You know, and they're just suddenly interested with your life.
Were you still wearing like the dresses? Now you had like your tomboy outfits and stuff.
I was ish. Kwa hiyo second church, I was trying now to go to this girly side of me. By the time nilikuwa na hama, sasa hiyo ya pili nenda ya tatu, sasa nilikuwa full on, like wearing like a Christian proper. You know? Why are you laughing, man?
It's because the way you're moving from one church to another, it's like, today I'm bored with this club. Let me go to the next one. I've had enough with this one. Okay, the next one.
Yeah,
okay, so by the time you're done with the second, you get to the third.
Yeah.
Is it because of like... would you say it was Christianity growth, or just you growing as a person and you're like, okay, so maybe this is the path that I want to get into?
I was kind of growing as a person, you know, because all my life, ukikuwa PCA, you don't really know how these other churches work.
Yeah.
So ukianza ku try out, because I was looking for a family, so to speak, you know, because nilikuwa nataka place nitakuwa extra comfortable.
But now my question would be like, now, what about like the church that you used to going as maybe a family?
Were they...
No, by the time you're moving to a different church, don't they start telling you like, hey, Mazesi, yes, we are supposed to be in this church?
Oh, no.
Because how do you just break off and start going to different...
no. The thing with my parents is they are the kind of people they are like, you're free to think for yourself. So my mom was like, me, as long as it's a church, ni sawa, you do you. They weren't ati, lazima tuende PCA.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why nilikuwa na explore sana na kanisa.
So you're moving now to the third church. You're
so now
full blown in now, like Christian.
Yes.
Dress code, I'm sure.
Dress code ili change. Lugha ili change. Yeah. Like everything was different. You know, I wasn't the ordinary Stella from Kitambo, maybe from high school, or from campus.
And doesn't this like confuse like your friends or people who are next to you? Because now I'm like, today you're this person, Kesho.
Tomorrow
it's like, where are we now?
Actually, it really damaged my first relationship because of that switching. I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't really need to go to church.
Like your partner then?
Yes. So nilikuwa namchanganya sana, and it was,
He wanted to go to the same church. Wait, he wanted or she wanted?
She.
Oh, okay. Hey. My apologies.
Oh,
my apologies. You see, look at me, Annie.
Hata hakuwa ati anaenda church.
Okay, but wait, this is in the second church.
When I was in...
Like when you're saying because I was asking like, okay, doesn't this confuse like even relationship with your friends?
Yes.
And now like you've said, like even in your relationship, when you're having this relationship is when you are in the second church, or you are still in the third?
We dated for a while, so...
What's a while?
It's like 5 years.
Yeah, 5 is...
It's quite a lot,
Yeah.
So considering...
No, 5 years, you have a bond, Even if you finish like 12 months, you really have a strong bond with someone because you've shared like a lot of stories in person.
And then we were really tight because we began as friends. Haikuwa ati ile instant kind of romantic. Ilikuwa, ili build up to yenyewe. So where was I?
Now you're explaining how like even your partner couldn't understand you mpaka she was just like enyewe sasa I don't even know.
That identity crisis really affected everything, even for my parents.
Yeah, because even parents, I'm sure for them.
They were like, okay, 1 minute you're in church, you're doing well, you're living well, and then the next you're out there, you're crazy, you're going crazy, you're drinking. Like, what's happening? Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
You know, I was not stable enough. I didn't even know what I really want. You know, like...
So what pushed you to that, though? And we'll go back to, like, you know, just... a third church where you need before now probably I don't know if that's where you still are. Am I gone to another church again?
No, I ain't happened.
Oh, okay.
I really settled finally. So
because maybe I'm waiting for another and after the third one's like there's another.
Imeishi hapo.
Yeah, so what was I asking now? I've lost track of that question and it was a good one. I'm saying, okay, now everyone is just confused, like even like your parents are not sure. Like
everyone was confused. My sisters,
so
my parents.
what pushed you though to like the identity crisis where you feel like I'm trying to seek this, I'm trying to see? Because for me, I don't think have I had like an identity crisis? I'm just trying to think. No.
You haven't?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Trust me, it's crazy. It's really confusing and exhausting.
Because I'm just trying to think about it this way. The dad is there, mom is there, right?
Right.
Even big C's, even though they're not around, but you know they're there.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out, like, why am I? Is it...
Ilitoka wapi?
Yeah, exactly. Because even as a kid or you're trying to figure yourself out, I'm sure maybe there's some... Even when you sit alone, probably you've asked yourself, like, what exactly made me have that identity crisis where I'm trying to search for something that, you know, because if you have everything at home, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Famo is there. I think that's the most important thing.
Yes.
So what pushed you to like now enough space where you have to try and find?
Right. So
plus even now you remember now. Okay, so don't forget that answer by the.
Yeah.
I also now remember because you're balancing like even the Christianity thing, and still at times you're here being a rebel and drinking. Plus you're also in a relationship that's not conventional to what people are used to.
Right. It was what?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to understand this whole nini.
Yeah. It was. So now here's the thing.
Yeah.
This Tiemens alinipata right when I was not trying to really understand what God is all about, right? And that was like when I was in Form 4 Apple. So that's when I was now like consciously building the idea of God in my mind. You understand? So that's when we met, and there was this kind of clash because the two lifestyles as the patani, you know. So,
which one now?
So like being in a relationship with
like a girl being in a relationship with that, and Christianity, which you're also like now trying to.
Yes.
And of course, you know, the Bible there is already the Bible is already telling you already doing everything. No.
It was crazy. So I really wanted to pursue a relationship with God, but at the same time, I really wanted to pursue this relationship because alikuwa ananiget, you know, it was like real to me. So me being in church ilikuwa hiding this side of me, and me being out of church is failing to be like people in church.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get me.
A bit.
Your holy lifestyle.
Even to me already, when we say your friends were confused, what do you think I am? I'm trying to understand it as well. Yeah. But I'm kind of understanding. I'm getting it. Yeah.
So that confusion in me, I didn't want to make a choice. You understand?
You can't pick one.
I can't pick one, and I can't commit to one. So that I went on that kind of loop. Actually, this tattoo is just that loop.
That's the meaning of like...
Yeah. I kind of work at the tattoo because I feel like I'm in some kind of loop.
Yeah.
And I was just tired of it, man. And anytime I wanted to be with my girlfriend, this idea of hell would come, you know, and this idea of you're doing wrong and this is wrong, and it would just mess with me, and I would go back to church. And now being in church, I'd be like, I'm not handling this well. I'm not handling this.
Was your girlfriend like a church person?
No, she wasn't.
What?
Yeah, no, she really wasn't. It's not like she was not like believing in God, but
no, I'm not calling her a devil worshiper. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
yes,
that
yes.
because here you're somebody who's like pursuing like just Christianity in a way that you're trying to understand with everything, and then now like your partner isn't like she wasn't like a fully church person.
No, she wasn't. But she was really supportive, and sometimes she would try and soma the Bible, and just try to be there with me. You understand?
Really?
Yeah. She was really supportive.
That's a supportive person. No, that's a supportive person, which is...
Yeah. So, but it never worked out. So that kind of confusion in me.
Who left who?
I left her.
What?
Like, that's... But then, ikafika point, we were just like, yeah, this is not working. So...
You just decided.
I really handled it to be bad, because I don't know how to say it, but that emotional
when you left her,
intelligence.
You went to...
Yeah, now sasa nilikuwa naenda kujiconsole na church nasema I did right, the relationship was wrong, you're just trying to convince yourself that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But that emotional intelligence was really not there. I handled that really poorly.
How did you handle it?
Like, just breaking up, we were on and off, it was just, I felt like it was wrong, like I could have just made a decision or just told her to like give me space or something.
Instead of stringing them along, yes. And you're the one who's maybe not sure about, okay?
Yeah, so that going back and forth in church, out of church, just came from that kind of relationship, staki ku accept, because how will I tell my parents, and how will I
okay.
all that stuff, man. It was just I
have a question now. So now when you're dating a girl at that time, is there anyone else who knows?
Well, it was just our friends,
mostly. Or like close friends?
Yeah, like none of my family members knew.
Really?
Like, nah. Maybe they could tell from the way
I kind of think like moms, forget about dads. Dads at times they lose track. They can't even pay attention to some things. But moms, I think most moms can actually just know. They just, because we're talking about somebody who's been carrying you, breastfeeding you, teaching you how to put on shoes, and if there's one person who knows you properly, she could be in denial, but I think all moms know their kids very, very well. Yeah.
Maybe a Jainiambia, but I know she usually...
Till now?
Yeah, till now.
Are you telling me your mom doesn't know you like girls right now?
No, not really. She doesn't really know.
How is that even possible? There's no way.
She doesn't really know that. And I don't know how to tell her, but anyway.
Wait. Okay, does your dad know?
No.
That's impossible.
What do you mean?
Come on.
I mean, that's process of letting them know.
All right now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is very interesting. Like aunties, sisters, big sisters.
I nashuku my sister knows.
Come on.
Because
come on.
I've never said it out loud. Guys. Yeah. Okay. But I know they can tell. Maybe from the way I dress, from the relationships I've had.
Have your sisters seen you maybe just hang out with girls?
My sister knew my girlfriend at the time. So I don't know if she put two and two together.
Even there is no way. There is no way. Here's the thing. These people are grown-ups. You have to understand that first of all. So it's just those ones of like, maybe I can say, maybe as your siblings, you're not close enough to have that conversation yet. Like the way you say, like it's just because of the age gap and
sahi hata ndio tunajuana sasa vizuri.
Really?
Because you know, nikiwa mtoi they were just not around. So sahi ndio sasa we're getting to know each other like deeply without judgment and everything.
And this discussion has never come.
It has now it will.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting. And okay, my other question, because like, you know, I have so many questions, but I have to take them like, you know, one by one. How did you know? Because like even let's say with the relationship that you had with the girl at the time when you're trying to balance church and her, was that like your first girl relationship? Or first relationship?
Yes, it was. It
Also,
was my first.
Also, have you ever had a relationship with a guy?
With a man. Not for long. I've ever had like interactions with guys, yeah. But ile we are seriously dating, it has never really ended well with me. Because nafikanga 2 points, I'm like,
no,
you know what?
No, why though?
Yeah, I don't know.
And trust me, for me, I'm just coming from a curious kind of a point. So
I've just been more comfortable around
girls,
ladies.
Did that develop when maybe you're in high school?
Most probably, I would say so, yes. Because in Rema, it was not really even in my head.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. You're not paying attention to it.
I would have, you know, like, oh, she looks pretty and all, but at
yeah, it's not
in your head.
At any year.
But then when I went to high school, that's when I was like, okay, there's this thing we can do.
Okay.
And it was...
There's this thing we can do.
I wasn't all... I wasn't ati mrui nikiwa high school, so to speak. Because I didn't nilikuwa CU and all that.
What?
Hey, man. I'm telling you, my Christian life ilikuwa...
How? Okay.
I was a mess.
So now let me ask. Now if you're in school and you start having this attraction to like maybe other girls, and you're saying like, okay, this is not just like the normal attraction. They say like compared to primary, this is kind of different.
Yeah.
This is somebody that I see myself like actually maybe dating.
Right.
And just doing co-curriculars with. But so you know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to say, like now, if you're in this situation and you still have like your strong Christianity background, doesn't the Bible like now give you that backbone? It's like, hey, wait, no, these feelings are not supposed to be felt.
So, yes, it does. And I never really even paid attention to what it says about homosexuality. Because me in my head, I just wanted to know God. I wasn't really actually there with this mindset. Okay, I wanted the gay to go away. Yeah. But
you're praying for it to go away. Every time for Bible, it's like, okay, God, please. Please.
You know? So it wasn't really in my head, or maybe it was unconsciously, I don't know. But it wasn't really I never really thought... what I really ilikuwa inani stress when I was in Christianity ilikuwa to the drinking part of it. Nilikuwa tu naomba guy.
But was the drinking like an age phase? It was like now out of control? Because, you know, like teenagers maybe just experimenting or drinking with other people.
Yeah, it was just an age phase. Because like after, before high school, nata nikiwa high school, nilikuwa very indoors. Like sikuwa naenda, you know, hadi nilikuwa nachukuliwa shule, napelekwa home. You know, so hiyo matatu kwenda kila mahali sikuwa najua, you know. So after high school I was like, ile kunywa nenda.
Yeah, because the excitement and like
yes, I was so naive and it kind of out of spiral at some point.
Okay.
You know, because the peer pressure becomes a lot. You want your friends always with you, around you, nini. So
and I think that's something that a lot of like just, I don't know whether it's girls mostly go through that, but that's what I've noticed maybe from like, let's say your generation.
Yes.
That's something that I've seen that's very common. Like
your friends are like your influencers. You understand?
And it's like those ones of ride or die. Yes. Somebody makes that phone call.
You're there.
You're out.
You don't care.
Nope.
Money spent, nothing.
Just having a good time, you and your friends. Okay, now just a question before we flip back to this.
Yeah, sure.
Those friends that you were drinking with at that time when, you're in that cafes where like, you don't want to let go of your old friends, and you're drinking, having fun, high school, new life. Are you still friends with them?
Some of them.
Some of them.
Some
Okay.
of them. But it's not the same.
It's not, right?
And yeah. Tunasema, hi, we should meet, go for lunch. We sometimes do, but it's not the same.
And I think I've talked to like maybe 3-4 people who are like in Gen Z about that same thing. I'm like, I think friendships are special, but also understand like, if that's the situation that you think that's friendship, that's not friendship.
Right.
It's not. Because like life comprises of so many other different things.
You're right.
Of course, blacking out, waking up and doing it again over and over again, maybe wrong decisions here and there. But after a while, you kind of just outgrow each other. Not in a bad way, but now you start looking at life. It's like,
life becomes more personal,
More personal.
Yeah.
And now you have to think of
yourself, your life,
future,
your career, your everything, Yeah.
If bills are about to come in, all those things, you'll outgrow them. So it's you just give it a bit of time. But I think the unfortunate part is like when people who are stuck in that.
Yeah.
And if you're stuck in that,
it's crazy.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible because you waste a lot of time. You would have done amazing things. Sometimes after me, I usually think that because I was active a bit, like back in Kitambo Kiasi after high school, I was really active in doing photography here and there, nini. But you see, now because of this other lifestyle, you're just hauna energy ya the right things, the necessary things, and you catch up uko later when maybe you would have grown, into something.
Have grown. And especially I think that's the age. I'm always trying to tell people, like, I keep saying, like, I'm in the millennial side.
Yeah.
Like the age that you can learn so much. That's that gap when you're trying to you've just finished school. Opportunities are there. Even people are ready to tell you, like, yo, you want to learn something, come through.
Yeah.
But I think now if you're stuck with people who just want to drink, and it's a phase, but unfortunately, if you're young and you can be able to like just try and fight that stage and just
fight it.
Yeah, and just
focus on yourself.
Yeah.
I would actually advise that.
Yeah.
After high school, just please focus on yourself. Because you might stay in school for 10 years.
And it happens to people. Or even maybe, let's say you do school, but even after you finished, you're still like confused about like, okay, do I really want to pursue this? Is this really what I wanted?
Yeah.
Now you want to backtrack again, which you can with time, but understand like all the time you've wasted. If this is something that you had started doing, you left it up or candle. Yeah. But, it's a sensitive stage because that's what breaks or makes you.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what breaks or makes you.
And I learned that.
You learned that,
heavily.
Right? Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I think I lost a lot of good opportunities because I was not even into myself. You understand?
Yeah.
And no regrets or anything because I've learned, I've grown. But people in that age I don't know why we just make our friends number one, everything. Our peers, our euphoric kind of feeling. We just put it number one. You understand? And we forget ourselves, kabisa. So, I mean, there are no timelines in this life. You can be successful at whatever age, but don't waste your youth like that. At least try to focus on yourself and your goals and your career and all that.
I mean, that's something good to hear from someone from your generation, because I think not so many people. I think peer also like denial, just being stuck in a fantasy world where you think.
Yeah, and it dies.
It does.
It dies. Suddenly you're 28 and you have no family and you have no friends.
The crazy thing about life is like, that's the thing. It's no matter how much. And I think that's why, like, even I keep saying it on the podcast, I understand why, like, for, let's say, older women, it's very hard for them to advise slightly younger girls. Because they know when they were at that age, they know that feeling that
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me shit right now. Yo,
Yes.
I'm young, I'm free, I'm nini, my body's on point, all those things, So I think it's for them. So, and most women, you'll always notice they're always like, no, just that one, just leave her alone.
Yeah, we
She'll-
at a growth.
At her growth. She will learn.
Yes.
At that time, as a guy, you're freaking out. You're like, what? That's your
Unaenda
doctor.
wapi?
Wait, can't you even? And then she's just like, no, just leave her. And it's just because they know as women, like, yeah, we were also at that age. So if she's smart enough, she'll break through. If she's not smart enough now,
Too bad.
unfortunately now, she'll just end up as like the other statistics. Okay, so now, like, let's go back to like now, because of course we just have to discuss this sexuality thing, right?
Yes.
Now we're talking about that place where you realize you like girls, but then you still have this strong backbone for Christianity.
Yeah.
That's something that I don't. Can you even discuss that with church people? Like, hey, me, I like girls, and
It's a taboo still. It's still a taboo, honestly. And pastors have had speak about it. Thank you. But they still like speak about it from this angle where they're judging this sin, kabisa. You understand? They don't really care where it's coming from.
yeah.
Why you like?
No, it's
You
just
know,
because I can picture a pastor
Yes.
already when you're trying to express yourself and tell them like, okay, pastor, this is how I'm feeling. But I rebuke you.
Can you imagine going to Pastor Nganga and saying, hey, Pasi, I'm struggling with this thing. Hey, you guy. Anza kukwambia iko mtu hapa.
First they have to shame you kwanza in front of the congregation first
iko
of all.
mtu hapa ananiambia story ya itakuwa noma.
Ebu mfungue Instagram. Look for this name.
Man.
Yeah, so
it's still a taboo, and pastors have had speak about it. There are very few who speak about it from a perspective of wanting to heal you and show you who God really is.
Yeah.
There are very few, almost none.
But now, like, where is your stance? Because let's say, because I know we've been told, like, we have to at times we either interpret the Bible through the pastor, or you get like your own interpretation, like according to you. Because now I know for a fact you've grown up like with a proper Christian background.
Yes.
You've loved going to church, discovering God and stuff. And how do you put that and you like being in a like it's the best word the best word being part of like, let's say, LGBTQ community? I can say that, right?
Yes.
Or I can't say that.
You can.
I can, right?
Yes.
Would you say you're in that community, or you're not, or you're in between peer maybe? I would just like to know.
I would say I am there because like right now, currently, I feel like I'm having this transition of acceptance and growth and just really focused on me. You understand? So I am very queer. Yeah, clearly, like niko kwa hiyo transition to putting myself out there. Like it is what it is.
But,
and yeah.
No. Finish.
Okay, like
What you're saying is more important than whatever I'm saying. Trust me.
If I meet God through this path I'm on, then well and good. Like I feel like I'm deconstructing my faith, and I feel there's nothing wrong with it. I just want to discover things for myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's not like you're out here killing people over the
No,
weekend.
I'm not.
See, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
And
You're not-
such people should know that. Man. You can still be friends with us, but we're not in gangs, man.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not like you're a bad person.
Yeah, I'm
But-
still the same Stella.
What did I want to ask now before I forget? Just being in... Okay, how many relationships have you had? Like
Serious relationships.
Yeah.
The one I had, that was number one. The one I have right now is number two.
Oh, okay. Do you miss the person from the first relationship?
Wait, you need trick question.
It's not. It's not. There's some exes I miss, But I'm just like, but that bitch is evil, evil. I do miss them.
Yeah.
I do miss some. Like I've had relationships where I'm like, hey, yeah, that was
a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then I'm like, but still, it was a good relation, but that bitch is evil.
Yes,
you know,
yes, I
like
understand.
such things. So
I mean, 5 years is not mchezo, of course.
yeah.
That's someone you'll probably never forget. I don't think I'll ever forget that relationship.
True.
You know, but
because even maybe it gave you a base identity of like
Yes.
how you're now maybe loving or dating like the next person or situations maybe that you've been
for sure.
in, right?
Yes, for sure.
If
We
you-
still talk though.
Oh, you still
Just
talk?
once in a while. Just hi,
What?
hi. I mean, yeah.
Okay, now I want to ask you this because as a guy, how do you deal? Because like if you ask any guy, just dealing with women can be, listen.
Hey,
We take it with a grain of salt. It's a roller coaster. So, so I'm just trying to imagine. Because even at times when I meet like a group of women who are friends, I'm always like, okay, first of all, the two of you, yes, you're friends. But can you see yourself like even dating? She's like, no. This is my friend, but no way. No way I can date her. Like I wouldn't.
It's an emotional roller coaster, my guy. You have to be unakaa ngumu na hiyo kitu, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a lot of lessons and you kind of grow emotionally. You know how to deal with things, Na unajua venye madem tunakuanga na my issues mingi tu yani we are so petty and all that, so yeah.
Petty is an understatement. It's those ones of like, also the only thing right now, it's like, because now I know you can relate to what as we go through. I'm just like, at times you just need peace.
Yep, exactly.
At times you just need peace.
So finding that chile who will ride with you and is understanding, akona goals, anajua kenya anadai, that's all that, me naonanga tu hiyo ndio inani keep going. Because so ukikuwa na msee, hakupe hiyo peace ka venye you're saying, that's no. Yeah.
Now, being in that cause, of course, we have to explore sexuality, right?
Right.
Just when, let's say you're picking someone you're dating, being like in a lesbian relationship, what kind of girls would you say you're more attracted to? I'm not saying you've dated people. No.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying like what would be like your...
two girls.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. That's why I have to clarify that first.
Yes.
I'm saying like what would be like your type of girl, like when you're picking like a girl? You want a girl who's like super feminine,
I see
girly,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, now, because now I don't know how you're supposed to pick being like in your situation. Would you go for somebody who's also like tomboyish or super cute and pretty, those ones? Yeah. I mean, what do you go for?
I go for more feminine energy. Kupana tomboy.
TIC.
Z, thanks. Okay. As in it's just awkward to me. I'm not disputing stud to stud. Kila mtu ako na njia zake, but for me, man, hapana.
Why?
Ni weird tu, nikaa tu niko na boy. Sasa si niende tu.
No, but it's not a boy though.
Okay, it's not
right?
a boy, but I mean, okay, I don't know. STEM is okay. Like, don't
What's
be...
What's that now?
See, it's stud and femme. So
that's in between.
Yes, like you can do both. You can switch. Leonava, kama,
Oh,
you
yeah.
understand. And then tomorrow you're really girly. That's okay to me. But like, ile constant, yeni stud. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
But I'm open. I don't know. You never know. Never say never.
No, yeah. You never know, because imagine after the podcast and then the next time I meet you, like...
I'm with a stud.
I'll be like...
a fellow stud.
You lied to me. You lied. You lied. So I think that's also interesting.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I have to explore everything, because people in the podcast always ask. Now, of course, if you don't want to answer...
Sure.
That's up to
you. Have you ever gotten a no? Like,
from the podcast?
Like, ukiuliza mse swali alafu aseme, you're Z.
I know people say Z, but I have to ask so that somebody, not in the comments, for somebody to come and try and ask me like, why? But why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask? But how's the sexual life of just being like in a lesbian relationship? And I'll tell you why I'm asking. Because like also, let's say as a guy, like if you've noticed, like from my previous snippets of last week, I said 1 out of 5 women in Nairobi, they're either bipolar or bisexual, right? And that's just a fact. Mpaka was like in the comments, people were like, hey, Mpaka was like, tell me if I'm wrong. And all the women were like, enyewe, by the way. Because I just felt the silence and then I was like, okay, there you go now. There you go. Yeah. So I'm not leaning. So I've had like probably, let's say, girls who, let's say, like if I'm linking up with a girl, she's like, yo, can I come with my friend? Be like, yeah. And, they still do like the whole girl on girl thing and everything.
Yeah.
But how's like just like sexual activity between like two chiles? One, you'd consider yourself like a stud, right?
Yeah.
So the other one would be femme.
A soft stud.
A soft stud.
Yeah, I wouldn't say,
So now I don't even. Now you see you're confusing. Now I've just learned about STEM and then you said soft stud.
You really didn't know what a STEM is?
I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
You really are.
I don't. It's crazy by that. I really don't. But funny enough, I've linked up with girls who like are in a relationship like lesbians. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was just strange to me because I was hitting on one of the femme, and she came up with like, I think she came with a soft stud.
Okay.
So,
soft stud is just like you're not full-on manly.
Or you're kind of like, you still like
give
even
space for your feminine
energy. Because I can see it kind of in you.
Yes.
And still see like I kind
of
of
understand.
Yeah. See, education. But now exploring like just sex in that kind of relationship. What are the dynamics? And listen, for educational purpose, you see, you're the one who asked me like, has anyone said no? You start smiling. It's because I'm learning.
Dynamics.
And trust me, when I'm telling you, I'm from like a whole different generation, and every time I'm learning something new, I'm like, Kwani, what are these coming? These kids are coming up with so many things that, but I do want to understand the dynamics. Is it fun in making out using toys? Like, what are just the dynamics? Because I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together, and because I know that's the one thing that makes you bond like proper. Because even if you're in a lesbian relationship, you can't just tell me that you guys are just walking, holding hands, making out, being cute. No, like just sexual exploration for you guys. Probably if it's new discoveries, toys. How is it?
Well, the girls I've been with, they haven't. Okay, my first relationship, we used toys. A toy.
Oh, a toy. Not a briefcase that you open.
It wasn't that serious. We were good with it. So, but it was a lot of like natural stuff, But then most girls I've been with are not crazy using toys and all that. But, we explore, of course. I don't think lesbian relationships are really lesbian relationships without a bit of, some toys and extra things.
Okay. A strap. A strap.
It's strap.
Okay.
Strap-ons and all that. So that's what I used in my first relationship. The sex life was really good. I don't think I miss anything really being with a girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because that's one something like, as a guy, us, we're wired differently.
Yes.
So, and for me even to ask, it's just like, if I'm hearing this from like an actual person who experiences this, it's educational to me. And trust me, there's somebody who'll just be watching the clip. They're just like, so?
Continue.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we use strap-on.
But you don't feel like you're missing anything. You know, the way guys are like, but still you can't, it's not the same feeling. It's not the same thing as, feeling like a guy's, a guy's penis.
Yeah, nah. I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything because sex to me is not just sex, Pia. It's very emotional and I'd like to connect to this person, with my girlfriend, so if you guys mnaelewana emotionally and everything else, then the sex is also really good, Yeah. So, but me, I'm not crazy. Sija explore sana na toys. But as far as toys go, me nimetumia tu. Yeah.
Just
the strap on.
A strap on.
Yeah. Maybe
on someone or used on you.
Both ways.
So but are there like lesbians who like completely for them it's just the knee, but you can't use the strap on them?
On them, yeah. They're called touch me nots. Tiemens.
Called?
Tiemens.
Now it's just too much. It's too much. Wait, T?
Imasomo ni mingi.
Wait, TMN.
Tiemens, yes, touch me nots. Kunao, yeah.
So what's that exact? For people who don't have a rough idea, but for people who like also watch, for them, they pleasure. They pleasure.
Yeah,
you.
they don't want. They are okay if they just do it on you.
So they get no pleasure at all.
Kunao kwa hivyo.
Wait.
Yeah.
That just doesn't sound like a fair game.
It doesn't sound right.
Hi.
Kila mtu na choice yake.
And yeah, by the way, kila mtu na choice.
You do you, man.
If that makes you wait.
But yeah, wako.
Yeah. But that's a small ratio, or that's like also like just a regular thing. I don't think there's a way I can say.
I tend to think it's yati watu wengi ukwe. But me sijui, one thing natafuta pia it's like a queer community. Because then again,
also that they can
you need
tell
that
you about.
Yeah, they, as in at least to feel left out,
Yeah, I think also like those having such communities, it's just now even where you get more education on things that.
Yeah.
Because of course it's not like the usual standard things that for us guys would talk about, or like normal, okay, I don't want to say normal relationships, and then somebody say like, who's saying like kwani nani amesema that's not normal? No. Something that's different from what we've grown up like, what's nini on the news, nini, normal nini. So do you see like yourself maybe in the future? Yeah, we'll come back to the sex bit, don't worry. Do you see like yourself in future like having like wedding and having kids, or is that something? It's something that you've thought about. Cause see, that's where it should head. Like as you grow older.
Yeah.
Even you mentioned, first of all, you're the one who mentioned something when we were talking about like people breaking up from certain friendships, and as you grow, you start thinking about like your future, career,
life,
family, all those things. Is that something that has crossed your mind at any point?
First of all, when I was a bit younger, I always thought that the age I am right now, I would have settled, you understand, and have a family of my own.
How old are you now? Me, I can't say my age because I'm just a millennial.
I'm 25.
Oh, you're 25?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's... Wait, do you finish that? But because people just say I'm interrupting you. Go on, first of all.
Yes, so I used to think, because sasa being in church, of course, you're straight, like you're focused, you're looking for a serious Christian guy to start a serious Christian marriage life.
That's something that you were.
Yes, I really was going for that. But then life.
Yeah.
And now that I've like been more open to my sexuality and, I would love to have a kid someday, honestly. I'd love to take care of life someday.
Yeah.
But
so deep down, you still have that.
Yeah, for real. Like if I was honest, kuna some Christian values, of course, I still kind of hold on to. Yeah, and I'm very open-minded, and if I get a chance to like kwa na mkidi, why not? Like kama nitakuwa na finances and all that. Like, why not? It's something I'd want, for sure. And settling here.
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
That's nice. No, it's good to also know, like, that's something that still crosses, like, your mind. Because I'm always talking about that, like, on the podcast, and most people... And I think even from, like, the previous snippets that I posted, and I was asking people, like, what do you think is, like, the ideal age for, like, let's say women, for settling down? And just saying that, I think from here, it's easier. Like, even like you've said, like, let's say you're a mom, you want to be that mom who can still handle a kid's energy, because kids come with,
Kids. I have 3.
Kids come with.
I have 1 nephew and 2 nieces. I've been around kids.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, ni kazi.
You already know. It
but
comes
I know,
here.
yes,
So,
ni kazi. And it's, my sister told me one thing. Like, parenting is like just learning. Because you don't really know anything.
you're not sure. Yeah.
So every day is a new experience with those kids. And, I mean, it's not all thorns, Pia.
It's just kids. I've seen people who are atrocious. That's the word I can use. And they're still parents.
Yes.
And I'm just like,
how
is this person a
you
mother?
Managing
yeah,
this?
like, and then, you look at yourself, you're like, hey, why would I be scared of being a parent? Because I'm seeing this person, first of all, is irresponsible.
Yeah.
But I look at the kid is happy, running, healthy, going to school. Yeah, the mom is up, like, struggling, kidogo, putting on the kid's shoes, but she's still doing it. And I'm like, if this person is capable, come on.
But how do you think Gen Alpha will come up? I think they're pretty messed up, kidogo.
Which one?
See, the Gen Alpha, like after Gen Z.
Oh, therapists will make a lot of money with Gen Alpha.
Yes.
Yes, because I think it's unfortunate, but for them, it's crazy.
It's crazy because they're growing up with the screens and
screens, and they're accessing all, as like, even for you guys who are shielded from so many other different things here. But these kids, they're on phone, they're seeing like, I think they know everything.
They do. Let me tell you, like,
everything.
It feels like you're talking to an adult.
An adult.
Yeah, when you talk to these kids, and some of the things they watch me at as
yeah, you're like, just a bit like, hey, how is that kid watching this?
What is this you're watching?
Plus, then they come from a generation where nobody can tell them, like, like, there's no that community policing. It's like, hey, kids are not supposed to be seeing this or watching this.
Yes,
it's
they're
like,
very
hey,
free.
The mom, empathia phone, like, hey, she can watch whatever she wants, like, let's say you have maybe a mom who's doing, like, let's say, OnlyFans.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the generation they'll be coming from, right?
Yes.
You see?
Yes, like, they're so exposed.
Exposed to quite a lot. Moms who, like, have, I can't even name how many nudes leak, like, nowadays, like, probably in a week. And, they're coming from a generation where, like, girls sell nudes.
Yeah.
So, like, and pictures are there.
So, Had in cartoons now, they're putting these things. Yeah. It's nothing new anymore. So, have you, I read somewhere about digital autism. You've ever had such a term?
What's that?
You know what autism is, right?
Yeah.
Like this weird behavioral, neurological kind of issue.
Yeah.
So now this psychologist was trying to explain that Gen Alpha now will suffer from digital autism. Like, ushainyanganya mtoi tablet ama simu.
And then, that
kind of...
become depressed, stressed.
Yes. And
outbursts.
The outburst is crazy.
Yeah,
you think they're dying, man. So that's where we're going. It's going to be a different kind of generation.
And even TikTok era, because psychologically a lot of people don't understand, but from us who are from a different lineage, maybe even you guys have noticed, like, there's some people, like, yes, we're told to love ourselves.
Yeah.
But, you see people on TikTok who are in love with themselves.
Kabisa. Like, that's all they do.
That's all they do. And it's kind of hard. Even when you're trying to have that conversation, you'll see, like, this person is stuck in that world.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can say or do. And that's going to, like, maybe make them look at things differently. But also you have to realize what I'm always saying about, like, especially if you're stuck in that, you have to understand, like, for us as guys, maybe other women can also, like, you know, older women can say this, like, we've seen girls who are really, really pretty and they're also obsessed with themselves. And it's very difficult for them now when, like, age has caught up a bit. Because the only thing they knew is their beauty. The only thing they presented to the world was their beauty. The only thing they felt like, you know, is important for them is their beauty.
It's how they look.
Yeah.
And the looks go away at some point.
They always, like, there's nobody in history who, like, history has proven there's nobody who doesn't get old.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing. Madonna used to be very pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Madonna used to be very pretty. I'm not saying she's not pretty, but
I can't even really put a face to Madonna. Exactly.
Right now, can you even... Because we don't even know what she... Because surgeries, this and that. Yeah. But Madonna used to be very, very pretty. So many... Like, there's so many people who used to be like, you know... Even people, like, who are iconic, like, now maybe on TV and radio. And you see how age, like, you know...
Catches up with them.
Catches up with them.
Very quickly.
And I think especially, like, even for women, you know, for us guys, like, you know, I think as long as you make money, you might still be able to feel young.
Because you guys, it's like the more you grow older, the more you, like, look younger.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And, like, our attraction becomes... It's like now you're growing older and you're like, now you're attracting very more people. You're like, why wasn't I getting this attraction when I was just, like, slightly younger? It wasn't there. But the older you grow. So I think it's important for even us to just understand those two dynamics. But, you know, like that TikTok era, like they say, like, we have a generation of people who now, that's the only thing. And I think it will really affect them, like, mentally.
Yes.
I don't think...
I feel like even sexually, there are other identities coming up. You're like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know?
But can you imagine? You know what the crazy part is? Can you imagine if that's scaring you? That's scaring you. That's scaring you.
Yeah, because
someone who's already, like, in like, you know, in a community that you think people already looking at you weird.
Yes.
And their generation is scaring you.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Pale tunaenda, man. Being a parent will be very difficult, kidogo. Because you'll try to understand this kid. And if you don't have that patience and open-mindedness...
And that's why we're even saying about, like, age. There's some things you'll be able to deal with at a slightly younger age. But when you're slightly older, it will be too strenuous for you. Kid will be doing therapy. You on therapy 3 times a week. The kid once a week. So how are you supposed to handle that household, even if you think about it?
You guys, you're both going to therapy. The parent is in therapy. The kid is in therapy.
You're in therapy because your relationship, even plus your kid is stressing you. Stressing
plus
you.
your own personal issues.
Yenyewe
itakuwa crazy. But no wonder people don't want kids.
I think that's the main reason. I've seen so many people. Now you ask people, even on the podcast, they're like, hey, kids right now.
Tricky.
But everyone is using the excuse of money, but we all know it's not money.
It's not really money.
It's not
because we
money.
have money.
Yeah. And money is in circulation now more than it used to be, like, way back. Kitambo, you had to finish school, get employed, and now you have to do your job morning to evening to get paid 9 to 5. Now you can chill in the house, do so many other things,
like
work remotely.
Yeah, and you're getting your money.
You're good. You're good. You don't necessarily have to.
If you have time to go out and have fun, you also
have time to go out is always there.
It's always there. Yeah, ikosangi kwa Kenya.
To drink, sijui nini.
You only must.
And I also think, like, just kids also give you a whole purpose of, like, why you're here. I think most people are missing out.
Do you know how it feels? I can imagine, like, carrying someone kwa tumbo and kumtoa and kumlea, like, that's a
till they grow, you see them developing.
Yeah, it's not kitu kidogo.
Teaching them. I think it's a whole different... and also, I think, do you want to be old and
alone?
Yeah. I'm always telling people that, like, you know, we can all be in denial and play that game, but imagine when you're old and people can't even come to see you. Like,
no one is around you because your relationship might fail or die.
Even the friends that we say friends, they'll have their families. You think you'll be calling them to go drink and nope. You don't even have that energy.
Yeah.
So that's where like family
Comes in.
For
sure.
Yeah. You want people to...
It's really something to think about.
Somebody to call you at night, like, yo,
man,
are you
someone's
good?
checking on you.
Send you a present randomly.
Manze.
Ka M-Pesa, ka bank reflect there or something, you know, and and somebody you can say, this is my kid, and you surprised me with.
Man.
Yeah, so I think some of those experiences, we can take them for granted, but don't get old and miss out on that part of life, because I think that's one of the most beautiful things that you can...
It is. It really is.
That you can create for yourself.
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
It's kind of like a small investment.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't want to be old and then at least kids to be able to visit me. Even if it's kids who hate me, grandkids at least are coming to see, to see me. So I think that's important. But, it's just life. Okay, so now like another thing as we're just winding up.
Yes.
So what career path do you want to like just venture into like fully as we wind this up? Because I know we haven't even touched on it. We just mentioned Christianity and sexuality. Yeah. And you see, we've already clocked 1 hour already.
That's crazy. It feels like 15 minutes.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And there's so much to talk about. That's the thing.
Yeah. So me enyewe nafanyanga vitu mob. The way you say that you couldn't really know what exactly I do.
Yeah.
It's because I'm just trying everything and trying to find that niche.
Yeah.
But I know I really enjoy editing videos and making AI images. That I really enjoy. And I feel like where I want to be is in the film industry.
Yeah.
I want to edit films and talk about films, everything film. Yes.
So, I wish you nothing but the best in that journey, by the way. Because
thanks, man. Yeah.
Somebody who, like me, who shoots and edits all the time.
Yes.
It's just given me, and I tell people, people take content for granted, but anything that you see probably in the studio, if you see me doing unboxing videos and stuff, I've been able to do that just because of just doing content.
You just grow into it and do more and more.
You learn something new. You connect with people differently. Somebody's like, hey, by the way, I saw something that you posted. That you're the one who made this. Okay, and then you just create. But for me, like also podcasting has created so many relationships for me.
For sure. I can tell.
It's really built like my network, friendship base. And now I know for a fact if I need to call somebody and ask them about something, there's so many different, even if we're not hanging out every single day, but I know I can call or send somebody a message and ask them about something, like the way so many things you've taught me today. So now, if I'm in a situation, because I'm always telling people like, it's so funny because let's say you judge someone and then maybe your kid ends up being that person. You know how hard it will be for your mind to even register. And that's what happens to most people.
Yes, the judging part.
Yeah.
When nikiwa like church, nilikuwa na judge wase. You're like, sasa nakunywaje, sasa nafanya hii aje. Like kwanza kina wilipoze pale bahati and kibe, I'm like, what kind of Christian is this? Now I faced it myself. Now I see. The judging thing is
like, oh shit.
You need to.
Now I'm in those shoes.
And you're probably handling it a lot worse than they did, know. But so the judging.
Now you understand the strength it takes for you to actually just see, even for them to keep on moving and just growing themselves every single day. Because let's be honest, like even for me, I remember there's this chick who was always like church. For me, she could see me going out. Maybe today I'm dating this person, different person. She's like, hey, you need God in your life. Because she was always going to church retreats and before you know it, she's pregnant from those church retreats. And I'm just like, you bitch.
What irony.
I was just like, legit, I was just like, you bitch. You made me feel so bad about myself. Then here you are.
Man.
Like, at least for me, I was dating. You were saying like, before marriage, you can't do this. And then I meet you pregnant. Look at you now. Yeah.
Yes. By then, life just kind of...
Yeah. It throws that curveball by the way. So don't judge people.
Manze.
Yeah, actually, if somebody has done a mistake, just learn from it. Learn from it and look at it. It's like, this can happen to anyone. We see pastors getting people from their congregation pregnant all the time.
All the time. Kwanzaa
All the
sai,
time.
it's
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah,
man.
all the
Like,
time.
I
Scandals.
mean, I don't know how they do that double life. Like,
And you
how are you able to
and
handle
you still
it?
come in front of people and preach. I know.
Aje, bro. Uko na nguvu, by the way.
No. Or how do you sleep at night, by the way?
Man, like,
No.
it's so exhausting, man. Like, just choose one thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's because church pay on do, you know. Nika
Yeah.
biz.
Yeah. No, that's the thing.
Maybe they see it as a business and they're like, I have to show up for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, because sadaka, tithe.
Hiyo lazima.
And you know, we're talking about tax-free money, eh?
What? Crazy.
Yeah.
And Engishing millions.
Millions. But you know, I think we can just wind up. I save something else for part 2 because you know we don't want to squeeze all the juice out right now.
Sure.
But you know, what do you think of the episode?
This was really fun, man.
It was.
Still feels very surreal. Like, I didn't think I would meet you like this.
Come on.
You know?
Come on. See, that's why, like, for me, first of all, I see somebody engaging, I just go to their page.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but this person, I think they have something to talk about.
Interesting.
Yeah. And just immediately, have you done another podcast before?
No, never. This is
Doesn't
like
it
my
feel like
first one.
doesn't it feel like this is something that you've been doing and you can do it again over and over
Hey,
again?
over and over again, man.
Yep.
I also want my own podcast someday.
Yeah.
Hope to.
Nothing should stop
that,
you.
you know.
Podcasts are not that hard to start right now. I
Yeah.
think the major trick is just consistency.
Ile kupotea
Yeah.
pussy.
Because people start connecting with you in a very different way, and you know they're always anticipating something, like, you know, because like let's say even for you, you know, you saw one episode, took you maybe to another one,
and another.
and then you're like, hey, okay, this is interesting, and then before you know it, you're also in the podcast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you also have a very interesting story. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, and even the way you say, like, I would like to talk about Christianity and sexuality.
Yep.
Just how you've been able to carry the conversation. I think there's so many other people that will learn from it.
That's
That will
awesome.
learn from it.
Yeah, that was the goal anyway. Because I know vitu upitia, you're not the only one unapitia.
Nope.
Yeah.
And also, like, you know, even that you mentioned that, I know I keep saying I'm winding up. Let me check the memory card. Yeah, almost. I've also, this is just something that, did I see a video or what was it? It says like there are a lot. And now I also want to understand how, if it's true,
Yeah.
and what has made that transition for a lot of girls. I've been told, like, around Thika there are a lot of girls
A lot
Who?
of girls, as in who
who
do
like
it.
girls.
Oh, really?
I've been told there's a very, very big number.
Kwanza sasa juu nimetoka Thika.
No.
sasa
That's not why. There was actually like a clip somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was actually like, okay, actually.
That's interesting, man.
No, I
Okay,
will-
message she. Okay, nime grow up Thika, yeah, but
Okay, no. Hold on. Let me finish Kwanza. I was told, and
yes.
this, maybe it's a video I saw. I was told, like, there's this bracelet that they put on and something. You know what I'm talking about?
no, inakaji. Like the rainbow bracelet,
No, there was like another bracelet that's
Hope it's
distinct,
not
like,
one of which I'm wearing.
no, not
Okay.
those ones. Not those ones. I was told there's a bracelet that they wear and it's like helps identify.
To
but I was-
identify huyu anapenda madem.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I've just told, like, there's a
Then-
community. Have you
Umesema.
heard that? What? No? Okay, maybe if I find that clip, I'll send it to you.
Hey, please do.
Because I was told, like, there's a really big number. But anyway, like the way you've said, like, even it's not 1 out of 5. Like, okay, maybe it's bi girls. Maybe. Yeah.
Bi girls are just greedy,
What do you
man.
think about bisexual girls, by the way?
That's just being greedy. Unataka kila kitu.
I can't tell you the number of girls right now. It's like, yo, by the way, I like girls too. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, what?
By the girls are so open nowadays.
Yeah. And it's so many. So, like, most of the girls that I maybe have linked up with, talked to, Nini,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, peer you, even you.
Nika wote.
Nika wote. And then now I remember, like, who was it? There are like 2 or 3 that I've talked to. And they said that, yes, sometimes they are straight, but sometimes they like girls when they're drunk. You know about that?
Hey.
Yeah, like when they drink and they're
So
having
it's
fun.
your personality ukikunywa.
But sir, now
Comes
for
out.
me, I was like, okay, let's go with your theory. If I told you that when I take a few shots, I like guys pia as well. At times, would you understand? It's like, no. But I'm then like, so now what are you saying exactly? You see how that can be confusing when you're telling someone. Because now where...
Sounds more like denial.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because you can't say like, okay, after I take 2 shots, I can't say I take 2 shots and turn gay. And then after the shots fade out, I'm back to normal.
Back to straight.
No, come on.
I only jabber.
No, it's just interesting by the way. But that's what I'm saying. Like I meet so many different people and I'm always just, at times, I'm just laughing because I'm like, hey, after you thought you met a character, you meet somebody else and then you're like, hey, yeah, you by the way. Oh, you're just too much. Let me take a minute or two to just understand exactly and let this sink in. But also, now these are still normal people who are out there in the street, interacting with different people. So you still have to respect and also try and understand them. Because like we said, it could be your brother or sister who turns out to be... Or your kid. So you also have to understand, if you don't have the knowledge on how to deal with that, it's therapy for you. And you still know, you don't fix anything anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I had fun though.
But yeah, so just welcome, and I hope we get to do like a part 2 probably.
Yeah, that would be really amazing.
If it's possible, let's make it happen, because I think
it was so for a random one. I think it went really well.
Really, really well.
Yeah.
Like I said, most people, and even like now when I call people, even when they arrive, I never want to talk to them because I'm like, I know if I start opening my mouth now, we'll talk about everything that's supposed to go on the podcast. And that's why you see, like, even for your case, I didn't have like a list of questions because I wanted it to be just organic, just a conversation, back and forth. And it went well.
It did.
1 hour, 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
There we go, right?
Amazing. Thanks for having me, man.
You're welcome. And now just tell people where they can find you, anything else that you have going on, you want to plug on the podcast, please feel free.
I mean, just follow me on my socials, Instagram, TikTok. I'm there as just Stella. Ukikoseyo on the spot utapata.
Okay.
I make AI images and just
how's the AI thing, Nini, working? Because I've seen like people do some sick images and then I'm just like, what?
I'm still learning, and because unaonanga images watu wengine you're like, damn, I need to do more.
There's a friend of mine, what's his name? He did this, Nini, with the Ferraris, Nini.
I saw that. I even posted it.
Yeah, I think you posted it as well.
Man, it was
That's
crazy.
My friend, by the way.
Yo, that was madness.
That was crazy. Because even for me, I was like, yo, how is this even like...
How did you even think of that? That's amazing.
But that's what people have said, like, yo, this might start replacing like a lot of images.
It will.
Even models. And that's why I was saying, like, if the whole thing that you're selling is just beauty, also understand, try and be flexible a bit.
Yes. Yeah.
AI models are coming through as well.
Yeah, for sure. And it's fun to play with AI. You can actually do a lot with it.
You bring a fantasy world to reality.
Yes, to reality. Like, you can do anything now. And digitally, like, now in a place different, and it's just amazing. I love to see it.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes,
man. I hope I make images like your friends someday, man. Why?
No. That was proper. That was special. But anyway, thanks. And, see you on the next show.
Yep.
The Kisscapades podcast is your gateway to holistic growth and personal transformation. Together, we'll unlock the secrets to living a life of health, wealth, love, and happiness. So make sure to tune in every week and join us as we explore the essence of what it means to truly thrive. And lastly, show us some love and support in our social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically all the social media platforms that support podcasting will definitely be there. Even with the short clips and reels, you can find us there. And lastly, don't be shy with feedback, suggestions, or any questions that you might have in regards to the episodes or our podcast. It's the Kisscapades podcast. Goodbye.